Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. So glad to have you with us. We got to thank partners as usual.
Good commercials, man.
Yeah, McPhee's Grill of Templeton, hometown cooking through and through. 805-434-3204. And if you want to message us on Facebook, Golf Talk Radio MB, or Mike Brabenik or Billy Gibbs, we might just send you a McPhee's Grill gift card, mcpheesgrill.com. You can make reservations online. Check out their menu online at mcpheesgrill.com as well today. So very shortly here, I think we'll have Nicki Anderson calling from Hawaii. I think, isn't that how you say it?
So, Hawaii.
Hawaii.
I don't know, man. We'll ask her. She's a resident. So if she's not calling yet, I wanted to comment because I got to watch some of that tournament.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's do it.
It was very weird for me to watch the pros that I've been watching for years with the new rules playing with what used to be breach of rule. So, like grounding the club out of the what used to be hazards and digging, legging their club into the hazard, and they're standing in what used to be a hazard is now a penalty area,
right?
And watching them slash through it, grounding the golf club, and putting with a pin in was very interesting. I went out to the golf course and tried it, but I made everything. But I realized I was on the putting green, and those pins are tiny.
Yes.
So I didn't really go to overput.
Well, and we always, when you think about it, when you're on a putting green, you're always putting with a pin in.
And little.
And they're always small.
Yeah. So I was thinking, this is great. Then I realized, wait a minute, that's a tiny But it was weird seeing it, man. I'll tell you, it was weird. And then you could see them, the different dropping, and then they're talking about how should you drop. And it was just different to see that. And I know it's the rule. And they're all asking, what can I do now? I mean, it's going to be very interesting this year watching even for us to play. I haven't played yet with the new rules. Have you played?
No. Well, and here's another part about it. We were supposed to have our men's club tournament this Saturday at Paso. So Mike Bremer, the other pro, and I were talking about it. We went and looked at the rules. The out of bounds rule, where you hit it out of bounds and you can take two strokes. It's a committee. The committee can decide whether or not to do that.
Stroke and distance.
So we decided we're keeping the old.
So you, as a committee, can start stroke and distance. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So you could change that rule, huh?
Yeah, you can with committees. Hey, Nicki, you there?
Hey, I'm here.
Hey.
Aloha.
Aloha.
How are you? Hey, how do you say Hawaii?
Hawaii.
Okay, so there's no little twang or because I know you're resident there. What are the locals? How do they say it?
Oh, there is a certain way the locals say it. They say Hawaii.
Hawaii or
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Yeah, Hawaii. Did I say that, Mike?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. And ukulele is the ukulele, I understand. Did you know? So how's it going, Nicki? How's things? How's a rough life? How was it your journey across the island? Last time I talked to you, you were heading across the island to do some shopping.
Yes, it was not bad. Actually, we ended up putting it off till today, so we went over today instead. But a lot of the people have left, and so the crowds are kind of a little bit diminished. So that's nice, and we got a lot of stuff done.
How long is it a journey? How long is your trek across island?
Oh, it's at least a half hour.
It takes us longer to get to the studio.
Wow.
So I thought, man, you're getting like a Sherpa and all kinds of wagon trains. So no, it's just it's like a drive to the store.
That's funny.
Sometimes if there's a problem, it's a 2-lane road, and if there's a problem, it can be a real mess.
So it's just like us. It's just like us driving to the studio, you and me, just like that.
Right? Yeah, it's kind of like coming down from the frozen tundra.
Well, we were talking about you in the first segment and how you've been there for the week of the tournament champions, and we just want you to share everything you can. So wherever you want to start, first day, what you were doing. But Mike, before you do that, Mike had a question. He wanted to know if your husband, who was a shuttle driver, right? Was that what he's doing, volunteering?
That's right.
So was he upset that you get to be on a golf course and he's stuck in a shuttle, or is he pleased with that?
No, he likes what he does. He's very entertaining to people. So when he picks up groups and they start talking, he entertains them.
Yeah, that's what I kind of said. He likes people. That's what I thought.
Does he play loud music in the van?
Yeah. Does he play AC/DC and just jam out?
No, he does. No.
Has he had a chance?
I think he might have been playing a little Hawaiian music at one point, but
the ukulele.
That was the most. Yeah.
So has he done any snorkeling? or any scuba since you've been there?
No, because we were. He did a double shift, so he was working from 6 in the morning till 6 at night.
Did you get paid double?
Crazy.
He volunteered to get paid double.
He did get paid, and we get paid in golf certificates. So he got me 2 rounds to Kapalua Bay.
Oh, that's
instead
great.
of just 1 round to Kapalua Bay, plus an extra round to Wailea Blue that was stuck in there because they thought he did such a great job.
So no, that's very cool, actually. That's and you get to take advantage of those certificates, right?
That's right.
So tell us what happened, man. What did you do? Tell us.
Well, it was awesome. I was a walking scorer the whole time, and I actually walked all 5 days. And the most exciting thing that happened right off the bat was that I pulled Rory as my pro-am person to walk with.
Nice.
Which is always fun because that's kind of the low-key day, and you can talk to them and take pictures and, that kind of stuff. And so that was exciting. I got to, kind of be up close and personal a little bit. So I really like Rory. So that was awesome. And
that is awesome. Actually.
Do you remember what he was wearing?
Yeah.
Is that
what was he wearing?
Yeah.
Was that belt? He had a nice belt on.
He was wearing black pants and a black shirt that had these kind of white starburst things on it.
And Starburst. He looks great in Starburst. He does. I like
yeah.
So
black is not the greatest choice for here though, because it's kind of hot.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just get all excited and hit your buzzer button, your beeper button on? All right, so you got with Rory. Was he played with the AMs? Was he cordial with them?
Yeah, he was cordial. He wasn't really that interactive with them.
Oh, Rory.
Isn't it his first time there? Isn't it his first time there?
What was that?
Wasn't it?
Yes, this is his first time. Yeah, and he was pretty serious about what he was doing. So. He was still kind of in prep mode, not so much just playing with the amateurs. And then he had a group that there was one guy who was a pretty good player, and then the other 2 people were not really that good. So it was. I think he was having a hard time, kind of So I mean, he hits his drive so far, and they're 3 shots later. They're
like playing with Mike. Very similar.
Yeah.
So you were walking score in the practice round. Are you still carrying a score thing with you on the practice round?
Yeah, I have a little handheld, and I keep the pro score, and just like I would in the tournament.
Well, don't they hit second
for the
shots?
Amateurs,
don't they drop balls?
Their low net.
Don't they drop balls and hit second shots, or no? That's probably Monday, Tuesday they do that. So they actually play 18 holes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So their score counts.
They actually play, yeah. If they pick up their ball, then
the amateur score.
The game is their team cannot do worse than par. Par is the friend. So if they pick up their ball,
par is their friend. I got to play that rule.
Yeah,
yeah, really.
I like that game
good round.
Could you imagine?
I'd be
par
even
is
par.
my friend, no problem.
That's the secret to playing good golf.
I'd be even par. That's all. So okay. So what happened? So what happened Thursday? When do you know who you're partnered with? I mean, who you're carrying the sign for?
I knew which group I was, so as soon as the tee times went up on the PGA Tour app, I could figure out who I had.
Ooh.
Oh, so you knew what time, you didn't know who.
Right.
Okay, very cool.
Right.
And who did you have?
Yeah, so I mean, I could kind of guess by the end of the day because you can put them together by where they. But I wasn't sure if they were going to play back to front or front to back.
Mike's playing from back right now, so that's. But go ahead.
So Thursday I had Ian Poulter and Brent Snedeker, which was awesome because I love Ian Poulter. And I've
what were
never
they wearing?
really.
What was Ian wearing?
I don't. Oh my gosh, what was he wearing?
You know what he was wearing. Come on.
Well, I saw him a couple days, so to tell you the truth, that day I'm not.
And you're not allowed to take pictures.
I should know that he had.
There had to be some white. There had to be some white with him, I bet.
Shoes.
It's either shoes, belt, or pants.
He had kind of a light blue. I think he had kind of a light blue shirt and light gray pants, as I remember.
I can't pull off the light blue anymore.
No?
No way.
Really?
Oh yeah, no way.
And he always wears a visor.
Look like a motorhome walking around. So he wears a visor. I didn't know that.
Got a visor.
So then, and he actually had a pretty good tournament. How did Sneds do the first day?
He he did okay. It's funny. The English guys, Paul Casey and Ian Poulter, both of them, they're kind of head game guys. And they kind of messed with their opponent a little bit in a little way.
Gamesmanship going on over there. No wonder they win the Ryder Cup all the time.
Do you have an example you can share with us?
Yeah, just like, for example, Ian Poulter, he always putts out. If he misses the hole and it's barely in the range at all, he'll putt out.
So he never mark. He just
whereas a lot of other people won't, And so then, just when you're getting kind of used to that's what he's going to do, then he won't, kind of thing.
Messing up the flow.
When it kind of messes up, and the other thing he did that was interesting is that he did the speed up, slow down thing. And there was a couple of times that Brent Snedeker messed up on one of his little pitches up the hill, kind of like a 50-yard pitch or something. And it was like Poulter was kind of going slow, and then all of a sudden he was going fast, and then it was Brent's turn, and you could tell he wasn't really quite ready to go.
Well, I
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally
Couldn't get a rhythm.
So I'm asking you, since you're a golf fanatic, is this something you are fond of? Do you like this strategy, or do you think that it's just maybe it's not the right? Because I know you're a big fan of Poulter now. So that being aside, what are you a fan of the gamesmanship, or is there no place for it?
I don't really like it personally.
So that both Mike and I are thinking of the ways next time we play.
So I was going to say, you like playing with Billy, then.
Yeah, you must love playing with me.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's part of the game. You have to be able to handle that.
Yeah, that's true.
So you had Snedeker and Poulter on Thursday. What about Friday?
Friday I had Paul Casey and Bryce Garnett. And I didn't even know who Bryce Garnett was, and he turned out to be the nicest guy. It was really interesting because at the first tee, right off the bat, there's certain people, Kuchar was another one of them, who come up to you at the first tee, introduce themselves, say thank you very much for, volunteering or scoring for us or whatever, and really connect with you and want to know your name and then call you by your name during the round.
Wow.
And then there's the people who don't even look at you.
Wow.
Like you don't even exist on the first tee, and they barely even, the caddy will give you, the signed ball at the end. They don't even come over and give it to you themselves.
Really?
So,
that's surprising.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Kind of sad.
How different people are.
Not Bryson, what did you say his name was? The guy
Bryce Garnett.
Bryce. Well, he was really nice, and Paul was not so?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I find that interesting.
And it's funny because I always kind of liked Paul Casey, but now I don't like him as much as I did after walking with him, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it will only take a couple, 10 seconds of your time to go over and introduce yourself to and you're carrying that sign.
Yeah.
So that would just think that's part of the etiquette of the and thanking you. Your luggage. How much does that sign weigh? Mike guessed it was 7.5 pounds.
I don't carry the sign. There's two standard bearers that carry the sign.
Oh, those guys.
I am just recording where they're hitting from, what they're hitting, and when they hit the ball. Because when I say they hit the ball, then that activates all the cameras that show the ball coming in to the green.
Wow.
Really?
You got a big gig.
Yeah. It's a big deal because it feeds all the leaderboards. It feeds all the online apps. Everything I do is the source of the data.
So you don't want to screw that up.
You can't mess that up. So what if you got all enthralled by Ian and he's flirting with you a little bit, and all of a sudden the screens go blank because you're not hitting the buttons, man?
Yeah, you can't even watch once they hit the ball, you have to immediately be back on to getting the next player, what they're doing. You can't really be a big fan while you're doing it.
How did you get this
You got to really pay attention.
That's an important gig. It really is.
Yeah.
Really.
Wow, there's a lot of responsibility in that. That's amazing. So, and also when you hit the button, it probably shows pace of play. They know when they hit and then they hit again.
Right.
Wow.
You have to say if they're on the tee, if they're on the landing area, if they're around the green, where they're hitting from. There's a whole bunch of information that you're always putting in the whole time you're going around.
And that feed
and if you, let's
control
say
panel?
one guy hits on one side and the other guy, like I had this happen, one person hit into a fairway bunker, the other person hit it out of bounds on the other side of the fairway and then hit a provisional. And so he's going up to look for where his ball is. Meanwhile, I have to make sure that the ball the other guy hit actually is in the bunker and not somewhere close to the bunker.
So you're keeping stats. You're also keeping stats. That's amazing.
Yeah. You're keeping stats as to where they're hitting from and all that.
Did you see
so
anybody?
it does a lot for the players. You know, the fact that they collect all this data is what they use to see where they are, you know, how they're doing in their game. So,
did you see anybody ground their club in the bunker? Did you see any of that? All the new rules are weird, aren't they?
I did not see anyone ground the club in the bunker, but I did see people taking practice swings in a hazard area.
we saw that on TV
That's
too.
so
it was
weird.
very strange. That was just and I saw a bunch of they had highlights of people putting with the flag in, but yeah. So you didn't see anybody ground that's gonna be weird going in there and touch the sand and
the amount of
club.
The amount
I think that's exactly it. I think it's a little bit too weird for people to do it.
It is. It's very.
Oh, you think about how long those rules have been in place.
How long we've not done it.
Right.
To do
That's a hard thing to undo.
It'll feel weird. You're like,
feels like you're cheating.
I'm gonna go in there and slam my club in.
Like you see, here's the thing.
Waves.
You see people doing the new rules, basically playing the new rules, and they're totally comfortable. Then you know they were cheaters.
Yeah, they were good at it anyway.
They were doing it already.
They had
it all figured out.
They were practice swinging them hazards all along.
Is he looking? I'm gonna take a swing.
The other thing that was really cool about Bryce Garnett is that he had a tough front. And he was like 4 over on 9, and he totally came back and ended up 1 under.
Wow,
so
great back.
It was really nice to see someone who's kind of new, who's obviously kind of the new kid on the block.
Yeah,
turn it around and really persevere through some kind of bad situations in the beginning.
But you couldn't really pay attention to that. You were busy, but you can reflect on it when you were done, obviously, because you're busy.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
That's
man, we got to give higher respect to Nicki here. She's got quite the job, man.
So
that's.
Did you and Rick paid the same way? Did you get
yes,
round?
I get around too.
But you got so much more responsibility.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's necessarily fair.
Yeah.
You got, but it's job security because who else can do all that? They're going to get her back next year too.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's only
it's not fair.
There's only, I think, 15 people who are walking scorers.
See, look at you.
And,
that's it.
So do you have your own tent and your own trailer and stuff? You get to go park your car and get a trailer and they feed you, all that stuff.
No, but there's volunteer parking. They do feed you. They give you a lunch ticket. You get fed every day, and they give you water or whatever. And
do you have a luau?
And obviously, I get signed golf balls and signed gloves and stuff like that.
Does everybody sign? Is that required by them to sign a ball and a glove, or is that just
no?
That's just now tradition.
It's not required, but it is customary. I was hoping that Rory. Usually at the Pro-Am, they won't do it.
Wow.
So I was hoping that Rory would, but he didn't. So I didn't get a Rory ball for my collection. But I had him sign my badge.
Well, you got to get a Rory ball.
Over the rest of the days, it wore off. When I was wearing, I had to wear my badge all the time, and it rubbed it off. So I'm really bummed about that.
Kind of a sad experience. So we have to take a break. Are we going to bring her back in and we take the break? Because I'd like to hear. She saw the last.
Why don't we take a break? And
Xander's final 9,
and we'll have about 9-10 minutes when we come back. So Nicki, can you hold on?
Don't go anywhere, Nicki.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, hold tight. We'll be right back, guys. It's Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy, brought to you by the one and only Nicki Anderson, realtor, broker. You can get a hold of Nicki at 805-235-3327. List a home, buy a home, talk about real estate. Nicki Anderson, the one and only, 805-235-3327. You can visit golftalkradio.com and click on the golf course banner there that's in Hawaii. It's a picture from Nicki's condo out there. At vrbo.com, listing 614266. We'll be right back. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy.